Hey everyone, it's Daniel Brother Barbaris. In this next video, we're going to be setting up Active Directory, our DNS, DHCP, and our file share. So, let's go to our domain controller here, and we're going to log in, Control-Alt-Insert. There we go. Okay, we're going to install AD Domain Services, DNS, and of course include management tools. We're going to create our forest, MDT.lab, and we should be good to go. So right click on desktop, PowerShell 7, open here as administrator, give that a moment. We're going to copy from 10 up to 8, copy. We saw our flash, so paste, and away we go. Now once this comes to the area where we're going to put in our password, let's copy that password for right now, and I'll come back when it prompts us for that. Okay, and we're back, and it's going to ask us for our password. We're going to copy that, paste that, and it's going to confirm. There we go. Okay, and now we're here. We're going to say yes to all. The target server will be configured as a domain controller and restarted when this operation is complete. Do you want to continue? Yes to all. Okay, and give that a few moments. You'll see it's going through its installation. Now you can see this warning here. Windows Server 2022 domain controllers have a default for the security setting named Allow Cryptography Algorithms. This is the one that I showed you in previous video, and we set up a registry key on our domain controller for that. But eventually we're going to get to lab video 4 where we're going to set up our group policy, and we're going to set that so that any new domain controllers you create will automatically have that as well. Okay, I'm going to come back when it's done. Now you can see this other warning. A delegation for this DNS server cannot be created right here because the authoritative parent zone cannot be found or does not run Windows DNS Server. That's because this is the first domain controller in our forest. So don't even worry about that one. It'll go through and we'll get to a point where it's going to have a close button so that it'll restart the machine. And I'll come back when that's ready. And here we are. We can close this or you can just wait. It's fine. And then it's going to restart. Okay. We'll come back when it's at its logon screen. And that will actually take a few moments. So I suggest going to go get a cup of coffee or run around the block a few times. Because it's going to set up all of the domain controller settings and everything, and you'll see it'll take a while. Be patient, watch our astronaut in the ocean there and relax, and you should be good to go. Okay, I'll be back when it's ready. Okay, it's applying our settings, so finish up your coffee, and once it's restarted completely and good to go, we'll come back. And we're back. Let's log in. Control-Alt-Insert. You'll notice now that it has our domain name, MDT, before our username. Okay, so good to go here. We're going to let BG info reload after everything's good to go, as well as our VMware tools. Let that load up. And our FQDM, fully qualified domain name, is now set here, and we're good to go. Let's go here, right click start, run, ncpa.cpl. Okay, network connections. We're going to right click, properties. We're going to go to Internet Protocol version 4, and we're going to set our alternate DNS server to Google. So 8 space 8 space 8 space 8. There we go. And close network connections. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our Windows Administrative Tools. We're going to go to DNS. We're going to set up our reverse lookup zone. So double click DC01, reverse lookup zones. We're going to right click on reverse lookup zones, new zone, next, primary zone, Click to all DNS servers running on domain controllers in this forest. Next. IPv4. Network ID is 192.168.0. Next. Allow only secure dynamic updates. Next. And finish. Now we're going to set up our forwarders. So we'll right click on DC01, click Properties, go to Forwarders tab, Edit, and we're going to put 8.8.8.8 and 8.8.4.4 for the two Google DNS forwarders. Apply, OK, and close that. All right, good to go there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a column in Active Directory users and computers that's going to show us what our operating system is for each of the machines we have in our domain. So this will allow us to see that at a glance, which is nice. Okay, so we're going to go to ADSI Edit. We're going to right click ADSI Edit, click Connect to, and under Select a well-known naming context, we're going to click Configuration, click OK, double click here, and under Display Specifiers, I'm going to go to 409, which is English. I'm going to go down here to our Organization Only Unit Display, double click on that, go down a little bit, you'll see extra columns. Okay, click Edit, and we're going to copy this value to here, paste that, click Add, OK, Apply, OK, and close that. Now what we're going to do, we're going to set up our OUs as well as our user accounts. Okay, so go ahead and change the given name to your first name, the surname to your last name, and then just put your name dot last name in lowercase here, and this will create your accounts. Okay, we're going to have an ADM account, which is an admin account, and then a normal account. It'll create both of those for you. Okay, so we're going to do it down to 127. We're going to copy all the way up to 94, excuse me. Okay, so right click the desktop, PowerShell 7, open here as administrator. Give that a moment to open. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. There it is. Okay, and then paste. Okay, there we go, down to there, and we can verify that real quick. Click on Windows Administrative Tools. Let's go to Active Directory Users and Computers, MDT Lab. We're going to go to Lab, Users, Administrative Accounts, and you can see there's our ADM account, and there's our General Use account. Okay, and if we double click on our admin account and click Member Of, you'll see Domain Admins, Domain Users, Enterprise Admins, Schema Admins, and SQL Admins. All right, so let's close that. Down here, we're going to go to Start, Administrative Tools, Active Directory Users and Computers again. Okay, we're going to click on View, click Advanced Features. Okay, that's going to open this up. We're going to right click on MDT Lab, click then right click, click Properties, go to the Security tab, click Add. We're going to add our task sequence service account we just created up here. Click Check Names, there we are. And this will be the account that is used to add machines to our domain when we use a task sequence in Microsoft Deployment Toolkit. Okay, so we'll click Full Control, Advanced, click on the service.taskSequence account, click Edit, and then under Applies To, we're going to say this object and all descendant objects. Okay, okay, and okay. We'll go back to View, unclick Advanced Features, and we can close that. Okay. Now we're going to go here and we're going to just type log off. And now that we have our domain account, Control Alt Insert, click Other User, And now put your first.last.adm and then same password, and it should be logging you in now. Okay. Once that comes up, we're going to click on the screen, press our numlock key, okay, then manage, server manager properties, do not start server manager automatically at logon, and close server manager. Right click our desktop, open here as administrator, and we're going to install DHCP with its management tools, and we'll open up server manager. So from 175 to 173, and copy, give that a moment, okay, and paste, and I'll come back when that's done. Okay, we're back and server manager is opened. Okay, before we do anything, we're going to go over here to start, Windows Administrative Tools. We're going to go Active Directory Users and Computers, right click on it, more. We're actually just going to right click, pin to start. DHCP, same thing, right click, pin to start. DNS, and Group Policy Management. And that just makes it easier to have those ready to go. Okay. Now we'll go back to our server manager. We're going to click on the flag alert up here, notification, complete DHCP configuration. Next, it's going to show your account here, commit, and good to go. Let's close that. Now we're here, we're going to go to DHCP, start, DHCP, expand dc01.mdt.lab, expand IPv version 4, click then right click on that, okay, click new scope, we're going to create our MDT lab scope, so MDT lab scope, and this is going to assign the IP addresses to our machines that we're going to be deploying to, okay, so 192.168.0.50, and our end address is 192.168.0.254. Okay, it's a 24-bit subnet mask. We're going to click next. Next. 8 days is fine. Next. Yes, I want to configure these options now. Next. We're going to put in our gateway address. You'll remember it's 192.168.0.1. Okay. You can put a space there when it gets to this octet. Click add, next, 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 and next. Then we finish. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to disable NetBIOS over TCP/IP. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll go to click, then right click server options, click configure options, go to the advanced tab, and on the drop down, we're going to go to Microsoft Windows 2000 options. We're going to check this box, Microsoft Disable NetBIOS option. And under the long, we're just going to replace the 1 with a 2. Click OK, and close DHCP. Now on all other VMs, we're going to log in. So Control-Alt-Insert, log in here, and log into MDT01 as well. And this is where we're going to join these machines to the domain. So of course it has your password, and what you want to do is right here where it has this account, I want you to change it to your first.last name and save that. Then we're going to copy from 233 up to 232. Okay, and that way you have your user account, your admin account. Okay, so right click the desktop, open here as administrator. We'll do the same on both of these. Good to go there. Give that a moment. Copy this and paste it here. They'll automatically restart. Okay, and we're going to wait for the machines to reboot. Okay, once it gets to the login screen, we'll go to our domain controller, and we're just going to add a description and Active Directory for each of our servers. So our gateway, we're going to call it Network Gateway, and our MDT server, we're just going to call deployment server. And you'll see that in Active Directory, along with its operating system that we added. Okay. Applying computer settings, we're going to copy from 241 up to 238. Copy that. Go back to DC01, and since we still have our PowerShell open, we'll just right-click to paste that. Give that a moment. And now we can verify that. So if we go to Active Directory Users and Computers, MDT Lab, Member Servers, you can see Network Gateway, Deployment Server. Okay, good to go. Let's go to GW01. We're going to log in. So we're going to click here, click Other User, and now we're going to log in with your domain admin account. And from now on, we're going to be using our domain accounts to log into our machines instead of the local administrator account. Okay. So there we go. Once that's logged in, we'll click on our screen. We're going to go click press our numlock key, go up to Server Manager Properties, and check the box to Do Not Start. Do the same thing here, numlock, manage, Server Manager Properties, do not start Server Manager automatically, and close that. Okay, there we go. All right, and now we're here, all VMs. We're going to right click our speaker down here, sounds. I'm just going to set no sounds. Sometimes the sounds can be annoying while we're working on this. So there we go. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to DC01. Okay. We're going to go Start and Group Policy Management. Okay. We're going to expand our forest, expand domains, and expand MDT.lab. We're going to click our default domain policy. Do not show. Okay. We're going to click. Okay. Then right click our default domain policy. Okay. And then we're going to go down here to Group Policy Objects. So we'll click that. Right click, New. We're going to call this MDT Lab User Settings. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to click, then right click it, click Edit, maximize this. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to set a few user settings in our registry. Now there's a few of them. It goes down here pretty far, but I'll explain each one of these as we go along. Now the first one right here is when you import a background, it transcodes it in BG info. And you might see these little grains around certain things, and it looks a little bit grainy, and that's because the import quality of that transcoded background is less than 100%. And we're going to make it 100% so that it looks a little bit better, okay? So let's re-maximize that window, and what we'll do is we're going to go here. We're going to go to Preferences, Windows Settings, and you'll see Registry right here. So you're going to click that. And then we'll right click it, click New Registry Item. Okay. And we're going to copy the key path to where it asks for a key path. There. We're going to copy JPEG import quality to here. Our reg D word there. And you'll see it's 100 decimal. So base, we're going to click decimal, 100, and click OK. All right. Now I'm going to go through a few of these, and then we'll skip to the bottom one, okay? That way I don't bore you, and you can just go along and do it yourself. So right-click, New, Registry Item. We're going to copy that key path here. We're going to copy our value name here. This is going to add the 3 desktop icons. So we're going to have this PC, our user folder, as well as our network. Okay, so that's what that's going to do. and it'll look like this: user folder, this PC, network, and recycle bin. Okay, so that one's good. We're going to press 0 here, reg D word 0. Okay, we'll highlight this one, right click, registry, and actually I'm just going to go through all of these so that I can explain what they're doing. I thought I'd just go to the bottom, but we'll go along all of them. That way you know what they do. Okay, so next one here. Here's our last desktop icon. There we go. Copy this. Paste. Oop. Let's redo that. Sorry. And of course these things happen, right? So paste. Copy the value name. Paste. Reg D word 0. And there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set apps to use dark theme. So you can see apps use light theme 0 and system uses light theme 0. Okay, and that's only, like I said, this is preferences, but I like having dark theme, so you don't have to put these in, but I like to put them in. And this is, of course, your lab, so you do what you want. All right, 0, and here we go. And this will set dark theme on Server 2022, Windows 10, and Windows 11. Okay. There we go. Reg word, D word, 0. Boom. Okay. Now, when you set dark theme in Windows 10, the taskbar or toolbar has this white line across it, and it's only because it's not locked. So we're going to lock that toolbar. Okay. So I'll do that here. Locked. Reg D word and 1. Okay. Now the color preference or color prevalence is, you'll notice that there's a default color, which is just this dark gray, and on the toolbars and on the windows, the color prevalence at the top is white by default. We're going to set it to the blue that Windows uses by default. Okay, now we're going to do that for both our windows as well as our start menu. Okay, so we'll copy this, registry new, do the same thing. Color prevalence, reg D word 1, and you'll see that when we do our group policy update, they'll turn blue even before we log back out. So give that a moment. Reg D word 1. Okay. Okay. Now, when you launch a window here, it goes to this area, quick access. What we want it to do is we want it to go to this PC automatically. So that's where we're going to set that to. Launch to this PC. Okay. So new registry item, and there we go. Launch to reg D word 1. Okay. Minimize state tablet off, and what that is that's for our ribbon. Okay, so we're going to expand the ribbon for each folder. And like I said, if you don't like these, you don't have to implement them. This is just something I like to do to make sure that all my machines are set up the way that I think I need them to do my job better. Okay. Now, of course, here's another one. Okay, and what this is expand to current folder, and I'll show you that here in a moment. So when you open up this folder, right, and let's say that I go to an area like here, you'll notice that on the side it doesn't expand to the folder. Well, what this will do is, as you go to each folder, it'll expand it here so that you can see the folder structure, and I like that. Okay, and also to show all folders. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing here. Nav pane show all folders. and copy that, paste, reg dword 1, and good to go. And file extensions, okay? This is an important one, right? You go into File Explorer, go to Windows, and you'll notice that files don't have their extensions. So there's no .exe, .dll, .lnk, .whatever on these files. There's no file extensions. We're going to set it so that it always shows your file extensions. Okay, so new, registry key, advanced, hide file extensions to 0 under a D word. There we go. And that's good to go. Now, also the search taskbar mode. You notice how it has this very large search bar that says type here to search. I don't like that. What I like is I like having it just be an icon. And so I'm going to do that on all of our operating systems because I think it just looks cluttery. Okay. So same thing. Registry, new, registry item, search box taskbar mode, D word 1, and good go there. And then task view button. See this task view button? I never use it. I don't even really know what it's for. So registry item. And I don't know anybody who uses it, but if you do, then you know, you don't have to put this here. There we go. Oh, and then in Windows 11, there's a new Copilot button that clutters up even more. So I'm going to get rid of that as well. Not a fan. And there we go. Okay. And shell feeds. So what this is on Windows 10 and Windows 11, the search box has these, let's say it's a certain holiday or they want you to remember something. They put little pictures and whatnot here, and I think it's more clutter and it's annoying, so I get rid of it as well. All right, so shell feeds task bar view mode, reg dword, and to get rid of all of those, I press 2. Okay, and then of course we're going to enable thumbnails. I know this sounds counterproductive. Disable thumbnails to 0. Okay, so that we can actually have thumbnails in folders if we want them. All right. By default, it just puts an icon and doesn't have any thumbnails. So there we go. And then news and interests, which is in Windows 10, it'll show up here, and it's a process that runs on in the background that we don't need. So I'm going to get rid of that as well. And this is actually a local machine. Okay, so we're going to go here, local machine, allow news and interest, just like that, copy, reg dword, and 0. Click OK, and now we have all of those user settings. We're going to close the window. Okay, we're going to go here, and what we're going to do is we're going to right-click, then right-click MDT.lab, link an existing GPO, and we're going to choose that MDT lab user settings. Click OK, close group policy management editor. And now on all our VMs, we're going to do a GP update force. We're going to delete this Microsoft Edge link on the desktop, and then we're going to log off. Okay, so go ahead and go down here, right click on start, run, CMD. Do that on all 3 of our machines. Just like that. And copy from 425 up to 422. And we'll start with our domain controller. I'm going to show you. Look, it turned blue already. Dark mode's engaged. It's going to delete this desktop icon after it sets up the policies, and then it'll log out immediately. Okay, so we're going to do that on all 3 of these machines, and then we'll log back in. Give that a moment. Okay, so Control Alt Insert, There we go. Okay, and you can see our desktop icons are here. Our search bar is there. Our color and our window color and our dark theme are all set up. Okay, so all the things that we set up, and you can look, there's no more graininess in our BG info background. It looks really nice, so we're good to go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to log into all three of these. I keep fat fingering that. Probably because I'm sitting at an angle right now. It's fine. All right. And we're going to right click our desktop, view, auto arrange icons. Okay. There we go. And there we go. So now we've got our user folder, this PC network, our recycle bin, and we're good to go on all three of these. They should all be the same now. Okay. On DC01, we're going to start Active Directory users and computers. We're going to maximize that. We're going to expand MDT lab. We'll click domain controllers. Okay. View, add remove columns, operating system, add, and now what we click here, we'll see there's our operating system, Windows Server 2022 standard, our primary domain controller. We're going to go down to lab, member servers. We're going to do the same thing. View, add remove columns, operating systems, okay. Expand that back to member servers, and now you can see all of the we have both our descriptions and our operating systems on that machine. Okay, we can close Active Directory users and computers. Now what we're going to do is on DC01, we're going to set this as our time server. NTP is going to be time.google.com. Okay, I'm actually going to close that. We're going to go to Start CMD, and as Rodrigo said, Control-Shift-Enter to open up that as an administrator. We have our nice blue title bar. Go from 471 all the way up to 461. What this is going to do is set it to time. It's going to have a polling frequency of 15 minutes, which is 900 seconds. I'm going to stop the time service, restart the time service, and then I'm going to have it set up the configuration. Okay, so there we go. The command completed successfully. The operation completed successfully. The Windows time service is stopping. It'll restart, and then we'll be good to go there. And on each of the other machines, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to CMD, Control-Shift-Enter. Do the same thing here. CMD, Control-Shift-Enter. Okay. Once this is done and it disappears, we're going to go to 483 up to 477. And on each of these machines, I'm going to paste that. There we go. It's syncing to our domain controller, and it now has synced the time. Okay. We're going to clear notifications, which will show up here. So click here, click clear all notifications, and click the desktop. Okay. There we go. I just like to keep things clean. Okay. Now we're going to go here to MDT01. Click File Explorer. Let's go to our G drive. We're going to right click, New, Folder, Share. I'm going to right click, Properties. This is going to be our network share, so click on Sharing, Advanced Sharing, share this folder. We're going to put a $sign there. Okay. Permissions. We're going to click Everyone, Full Control. Okay, okay, and close. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up dedupe on our file share. So right click the desktop, open here as administrator. We're going to copy from 515 up to 509, which is going to set it as a file server, set up branch cache. It's going to set up data deduplication, including the management tools for that. It's going to enable dedupe on our G drive, and start it on our D drive, which of course there's no file, so it'll take just a few seconds, and then open up Server Manager. Okay, give that a moment. This shouldn't take too long. And then what we'll do is we're going to set our deduplication schedule once a day. Once Server Manager is open, we'll close Server Manager, close PowerShell, close Explorer, and then we'll see you in the next video. So give this a moment to open up Server Manager, and I'll be right back. Okay, it's almost there. It's installed our feature for branch cache. Data dedupe is at 92%, and it should open up Server Manager as soon as that's done. There's enabling dedupe. Like I said, it only takes a few moments as there's no files there. There we go. Okay, give that a moment to load. We're going to click on File and Storage Services. Okay, click on Volumes. You'll see our drive's volumes come up. You'll see G, so click on G and right click on that. Click Configure Data Deduplication. Set our deduplication schedule. Enable Throughput Optimization, days of the week. There we go. It starts at 1:45 a.m. Click OK. Click OK. Close Server Manager. Close PowerShell. And close Explorer. And that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next.